Welcome in to another episode of Off Script. And before I get into the video today, if you haven't already, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. It helps me out a lot, so I appreciate you guys. But let's get into it today. Let's talk a little Georgia ball. It's going to be a relatively short one today just because I have just a couple quick points that I wanted to get out there, and Georgia fans, I want to hear from you. But here are my key thoughts for Georgia going into this SEC championship game against Alabama to potentially win and maybe dominate this game. The first and biggest thing for Georgia here is just getting out to a fast start. This past game, they were down 14-0 like that, and then was kind of clawing back almost throughout the entire game. They were still putting up points, cut it to 3, and then Bama just kind of kept separating themselves. So getting out to a fast start, offense converting on third downs was probably the biggest thing. Last game, total third down conversions was 25%, so that will not make do if you're trying to win a game here. And that also leads to greater time of possession. If you want to control the game, if you want to rule the game in general, you need to convert on third downs, rule that time of possession. And if you look at this past game, Bama had 10-plus more minutes time of possession, is why they controlled the ball. They were just running it, passing it. They were converting on third down like it was clockwork. It was nothing for them. But the biggest thing in this game is just starting out fast for this Georgia team, putting up points when you need to put up points, and converting on third downs to truly have a grasp on this game. And my next key here, the passing game really just needs to be dialed in. Mike Bobo, the OC, really kind of trusts Gunnar Stockton a lot more than when he did. I think in the last Alabama-Georgia game, Stockton only threw it for 20 times or so. But now looking at this Georgia team, this Georgia offense, Stockton's throwing it for 30, 40 times a game. So the trust is completely flipped. He's really putting all his eggs kind of in Gunnar Stockton's basket here with the ability to make plays, the ability to make throws on time. I'm big on this kid in overall. I think he's extremely accurate. I think he makes plays with his legs, and I think the ability to make plays with his legs is the difference in this game for Georgia. But also want to look at these weapons on the outside. Obviously, you have Branch on the outside, who's probably the biggest weapon for this Georgia offense. I love the two-headed monster at tight end with Lucky and Delp. And then Frazier, too, the running back there. I just think there's going to be creative ways to get these guys the ball, potential bubble screen to Branch or something like that. I like the delayed routes to Lucky and to Delp, the tight end delay. I think that's going to be really beneficial in this game. It'll be interesting to see what they do without their starting center. Bobo right now, I think the running game might be a little hindered a bit, but I'm not too concerned about the running game as a whole. But this is kind of the bread and butter of this Georgia team right now is this offense. And then the third and final key here, the pressure on Simpson is vital in this game. In this last game, Ty Simpson had 276 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. A majority of those passing yards and touchdowns came in the first half. So that also kind of plays into my first point with kind of having a fast start, but on defense, kind of just, simulating more pressure. I mean, if you look at this Auburn game too, Auburn was sending 7 guys at one point, just trying to rush the quarterback and kind of getting Ty Simpson off his game a little bit by just making him scramble, making him frantic a little bit. So I think the ability to nickel rifle off the edge or simulate better pressure with the linebackers, with stunts on the defensive front as well, I think will be huge for Georgia in this game, and the ability to shed blocks and getting to Simpson is huge for Georgia in this game. But with all that being said, I think this is one of those games that's going to be really tight. I think it's going to be a little bit more high-scoring where it was last time. Last game was 24-21 Bama. I think the Dogs get it done. I really do. It's just, like I said, it's hard to beat a good team twice. And the way this offense is going, yes, I know their center, and both teams are really battered and bruised right now, but specifically Georgia losing their center, it might be a little, dangerous initially, but just the weapons they have on the outside, the ability for Gunnar Stockton to run the ball, I think is going to be the difference in this game, and I think Georgia gets it done. I think I'm thinking 31-27, something like that, but Georgia gets it done, and again, for the second straight year of the SEC champions. But Georgia fans, let me know what you guys think of this. I want to hear from you. I really am excited for this game. But like I said, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. My name's Zak Herbstreit. I'll see you soon.